Welcome to Amherst, Massachusetts, and McGirt Alumni Stadium, home to the Minutemen of UMass, just a stone's throw away from where the heart of the American Revolution was fought, and we are anxious to see a fight on the gridiron in this one. Today, a couple of Sun Belt rivals ready to square off. As we'll see, the South Alabama Jaguars taking on the UMass Minutemen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack. Looking for a productive play on first down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Man, this guy is exciting to watch. When he has the ball in his hands, he can make magic happen. They're going to throw it to him. They're going to hand it off to him. They're going to get him the ball in a variety of ways, and they're doing it early in this game.
Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quarterback will audible. On second down, he's looking downfield. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Hey, this running back's got some sweet feet, not only to run, but to get a foot down in bounds.
Got that toe down. The foot was just small enough, Reese, to get that puppy down. But running backs, man, you can do so much with these guys and their speed and their athletic ability and trying to get the ball to them as many ways as you can.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Inside the 15. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll just keep slinging it. He's got his man. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. This is a designed run. Looks as if he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a first down UMass. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zones. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He makes a grab. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Now it's second and goal. Firing to the right, complete. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Minutemen.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they did.
The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Smash smashes through the tackle. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Quarterback empties his backfield. To the air on first down. Got his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can do.
He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5. This UMass offense is moving quickly down the field. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to go up top on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Got a man in the middle. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Gonna run it. It's Flynn. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5.
Listen, I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth quarter game.
Fast motion from the offense. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Got his man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. UMass mounting a threat from the red zone. Here comes the option. Quick toss. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. It's good. The UMass offense returns to the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too,
like they're deliberately doing this shit on purpose. They won't get that fucking running back to block. They won't get the bastard to fucking block. He's in the way to tackle me. This bastard is tackling me. Look at this stupid motherfucker. Like, this shit is...
Running game got stuffed on first down, still from their own 25 on 2nd and 10. Quarterback checking off. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Wide receiver shows motion. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. UMass will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's quick. Still on his feet at the 45. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, UMass! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team.
The UMass offense returns to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Flushed out of the pocket. Snatches it on the run. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
He's going to pass. He'll take a shot. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, UMass.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. Just it makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. And now on 3rd down after that last run. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man downfield. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. This UMass offense is moving quickly down the field. On the ground, it's Flynn. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
The option look. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. UMass quickly back to the line. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Downfield and incomplete. The offense set for a 1st down play. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
This fucking South Alabama defense is an 81 and my offense is an 87. It doesn't fucking make sense.
Out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They'll go to the ground. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Grabs it in the middle. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down. And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in short yardage situations, knows where that 1st down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. He looks that one in nicely. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Wide out in motion. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. UMass will line up to punt it away. And the punt will go into the end zone. It's a one-possession game in the 4th. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll throw it on 1st down. Sings it complete to the right.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too. Because of what you just said, David, they can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right.
Looking deep down the right side. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Still plenty of time for this offense, but this probably their final drive, under 2 minutes to play. Out of the gun to give to the back. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. That's caught. It's turning. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Here's a throw downfield late. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing, he lost one down the sideline. He's got it inside the 25. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Of course he's going to fucking jump on a catch and run. Like, how the fuck is that possible? How do you do that on a catch and run? How do you do that on a catch and run? How do you jump on a catch and run? I thought triangle is the jump. How do you fucking jump on a catch and run? Just like this fucking game was controlled by the computer the whole jump, man. Look at this shit.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. Touch pass on the run. And he's gonna score. Touchdown, Minutemen!
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or you go for two. You go for the win. You try to take the lead. That is a you decision.
Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. They'll try the run. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
At this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tired. Here in OT, they just don't seem to have the punch up front that like they had earlier in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
Looking for space. It's Flynn. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. With a condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now I can play action, opens the whole playbook.
A touchdown ends the game here in overtime. It's first and goal. Turning to the running game on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. And if you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Calls his own number. He got it in. A walk-off touchdown in overtime.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been